let's go over size Stebbins. This deck is set up in size Stebbins. If I spread through them, it looks like they're in a completely random order. But to those who know the secret, you can see how it's set up. So let's go over the setup of size Stebbins. If we have a look at the cards here, they go through in a cyclical order for the suits. It goes club, heart, spade, diamond. Club, heart, then to the top, you have spade, diamond. That is known as chaste order. So if we have a look at the word here, chaste, you can see we have C, H, you can skip the A, S, skip the E and D, so chaste. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. All the way through the deck. It goes through the deck in that order the whole way. And it can be cut and it will always maintain that sort of cyclical stack. Then for the values. The value, you just have to remember +3. So if we were to take a card, here we have a 3. +3 is 6. So the card on the top of the deck is a 6. And it's a heart because it goes clubs, hearts, and then the next one's a spade, then a diamond. What you need to remember with the picture cards is a jack will always be 11, a queen will be 12, and a king is 13. And then it goes back to ace, which is 1. So if you're at a king, for example, here the next card is a 3 because you're adding 3. So when you're on 13, you add 3, you get to 3, and then then it comes 6, then 9, the whole way through the stack. So if we cut anywhere and we have a look at a card, so here the jack is 11. So +3 on 11 brings us back to ace. We're on a diamond, so the next one is a club. So the top card is the ace of clubs. Then from there we goes on to heart, +3 makes it the 4 of hearts. This allows you to have anyone select any card, and by looking at the card at the bottom of the deck or the card just above their card, you can tell exactly what they're thinking of. It's amazing for mind reading. It's the equivalent of having a marked deck by having it in this stack. So if we do another example here, there's a 2 of diamonds. Diamond goes all the way back to club, +3 becomes 5. So that's the 5 of clubs is the next card. And the deck will look completely random to everyone, except for those who know the order. So you can keep it in the stack, you can cut the cards as much as you want, and always know exactly what the next card is, no matter what card they select. So that is an overview of size Stebbins, and now you know the secret too. So what we're going to do is, I've got a bunch of pin codes here that other people have written down. So I'm going to get you each to pick a pin code and then see if I can recognize that look in your eye that tells me that you've seen it before.
Shit, okay, that's cool.
Which one is? Can you just say stop whenever you want?
Yeah, stop.
Are you happy there?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Perfect. If you take that pin code, I'll give this one to you and that one to you.
Thank
And I want you all to look at your pin code. You can show them to the camera if you want. I'll look away.
Oh, yeah.
Just make sure you have them.
Okay.
I want you to remember as well, like the fonts, the textures, to make sure you can remember it. It's sometimes easier instead of remembering 1, 2, 3, 4, going like 12, 34, something like that.
Oh,
Make it easy.
okay.
So just that you would recognize it. And can you all pass them up so you're holding all 3 of them, and then give them a mix so I don't know whose pin code belongs to who.
There we go.
And just hold them face down in your hands.
Like that?
Yeah, I'll take the top one and we'll have a look at it. So we have here, what we have here is 0282. I'm going to ask each of you, is this your pin code? And I just want all of you to say yes. Okay? Is this your pin code?
Yep.
Is this your pin code?
Yeah.
Is this your pin code?
Yeah.
It is your pin code.
Yeah, but I'm sorry,
You should not play poker, ever. It's got more for mind reading to just facial reading. It goes great. We'll take the next one.
Okay.
So we're down to 2. So the next one is we have, is this your pin code?
Yep.
Is this your pin code?
Yeah.
I believe you, this is your pin code. Yeah, you're very honest. So with the last one, can you just take your one back? I want you to just look at the pin code, save yourself, refresh your mind.
Okay.
I'm going to take out a blank card and I'm going to see what I can pick up on just from you. Can you hold it, if you could put it in your pocket or something if you want.
Yeah.
And with one hand, just hold one of your hands out like this for me.
Okay.
And I want you to hold it just like this. Okay. Just focus on the last digit of your pin code.
Okay.
It's a 9, right? I felt it right down the bottom of my hand. That's good.
Ooh.
Perfect. What I want you to do is think of the second last number for me. I'm going to count it out loud. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was that a 5? I thought recognition of 5. Perfect.
God, yeah.
There was 2 5s in a row. Focus on the first number for me. Can you say 0 to 9 out loud?
Sorry.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
For the first time, what is your pin code?
4, 5, 5, 9.
4559.
Whoa.
Wow! That is amazing.
That's scaring me now.
Thank you.
Thanks
That is
so
so
much,
amazing. That
guys.
is so
Thank you
good
so
for
much.
you that you
We should play poker sometime.
You accept all the money?
Yeah, that's why.
Maybe we
Play
should
that
play
game.
poker actually, Kate.
You will make a lot of money, I guarantee you.
I'm the opposite.
Sneak thief is one of those classic mentalism routines that the great Larry Becker created that I think all the mentalists can thank whoever performed the routine because it is truly a masterpiece. And this is a version of sneak thief that you can do without actually having to peek any of the cards that the people have selected. You are looking at something to get the sort of Cy Stebbins action going on, but you're not peeking any of the cards, and especially the one that you reveal, you've never seen it. So how does this work? Well, this primarily can be done on stage because you need 4 people. You could do it close up, but I prefer it on stage. We have 4 people in a line. You tell them that you're going to try and pick up on the pin codes that they're thinking of. And again, especially on stage, you don't want to be revealing someone's personal this pin code in front of everyone because it will be revealed. So what you're going to do is have them select one of these random pin codes that you had used throughout other performances. So you have the first spectator, you ask them to just say stop whenever they want. You can do a riffle or they can touch. I like riffling at this point. They say stop. You cut exactly where they say stop and you hand them the first card. You then hand the next card to the second spectator, third card to the third and fourth card to the fourth spectator. At this point, you have no idea what these pin codes are, but you can have a look again at the bottom card that's there. So as I'm asking them to memorize these pin codes, I use this as a point to tell them that you can memorize it. Instead of remembering 2462, it might be easier for you to remember it as 2462 because that's only 2 pieces of information. I then tell them to look at the handwriting to make sure they memorize it. Some of these are written quite big, some of them are written quite small. So at this point, I'm openly just looking at what the bottom one is. If you're nervous about that, you could put in a sort of a fake cut at this point where you cut the cards but don't actually cut them. So you take some off, tap the side, put it down, put it down. You might need to, if you've done some false shuffles beforehand, people shouldn't think that it's in any sort of stack. So at this point, I look at it again, and I like putting it face up off to the side where the rest of my stuff is on stage, or if there's a little table nearby, I'll just leave it face up there because there's a longer routine, so you want to be able to look back at that because the revelation is quite near the end. So at this point, they all have looked at their pin codes and they're going to be mixed up. So they all gathered together, passed down to one of the spectators, maybe the first or the fourth, and they're asked to shuffle the cards into a random order and then place them face down on a table or place them in their hand. So we'll just leave them there like that. Now at this point, you don't know what the cards are, but you do know what the last value of each person's card is. Because of the chased order, you can just see it right away. The card that I see on the bottom is a 2. So I know the first person has gotten a heart or a H. So I know it goes H, S, D, club 2 at the end. So you can kind of see it that way. Whatever card you see here, that is the same one that the last person has because there's 4 spectators. So at this point, you take up one of the cards, look at it randomly and have a look at it. Because this one is a 2, I already know the 4th spectator looked at this card. You can go along and do a lie detection, ask them, is this your pin code? And have them all say yes, and then you lie detect. Or you can just ask them to keep a poker face and try and judge on micro expressions, whatever presentation you want. But you know that the 4th person has picked this pin code, so you hand it to them and you can have them hold it facing the audience. You could put these on bigger cards as well if you wanted to make that nice and clear. So they're holding the one, they confirm that that's the one they selected. You take the next one, and this one it has a 9 at the end. So you know that 9 comes right before 2. So this one is the third spectator. Again, you can do whatever presentation you want, have them looking at the cards, and you say, I think this is the third person, they confirm it, and again, they can hold that out for everyone to see. The next one, you do the same thing again, you pick it up and you look at it and you see that it's a 4. So now at this stage, you know that this is the first person's card because of the order of the chase. You know this is the first person's. So the last 2 people, you look at it, make an assumption, it's going to the first person, they confirm it. At this point now, the last person's card, you know what it is, but you never look at it. If the people are standing on stage holding their cards towards the audience, you could look at the card of the person next to them and work it out from there. Or if you can't see what cards, because people are holding them, are not on display, what you do is you go back to the card on the bottom of the stack. With Size Stebbins, up to this point, we've been using it to just jump 1 card ahead. But you can jump as many cards ahead as you want because you know the stack. So in this situation, it's the second person. So from here, I see that this card that I peeked is the 6 of clubs. I know the next card is the 9 of hearts, which this person has, and then I just go from the 9 of hearts, I can go to the Queen of spades, and I have that. So I know that that card is the Queen of spades now by just jumping 2 ahead from the card I see in the bottom. You can do the same, jump 3 ahead or jump 4 ahead. You can do that just working it out in your head, or again, you can have people hold them out facing the audience to make it clear that you just need to look at the one of the person before them. So at this point, you take out your card, you go through the same revelation that we've done for everybody else. You can send the other spectators back to their seats if you want to. And you have one person on stage thinking of a pin code that nobody has seen and that's been face down the entire time. You can look at them, do a revelation, focus on the last digit, say it yourself over and over again, maybe do the hand ATM line, and you know it's a 5. Because it's a queen as well, you can look at them and focus on it, and you can write down the next one is 2 and a 1. Focusing on them, have them say it over and over. The first number is really struggling with it, getting it's a 7. So you have a 7, 1, 2, 5. You can turn over the last card and you see 7, 1, 2, 5. You can do this on a big drawing pad on stage, and it's a clean mind reading of something that you've never peeked, never seen, and should have no way of knowing what it is. This is a way of doing Sneak Thief with no peek, except for I don't class putting these face up as a peek because you're blatantly calling attention to them to help them remember it. Some important facts for this is to really emphasize that the people need to remember their PIN code. We all have had situations where people forget playing cards, and these are harder to remember. So breaking it down into like 1234 for 1, 2, 3, 4, or for this one 3194 is a lot easier to remember because it's only 2 digits. Also, if a spectator has a choice, they mightn't remember their PIN code, but because they are written differently, they know that they didn't look at this one because it's huge writing, and the person who looked at this one knows they didn't look at this one because it's small writing. So that's another reason to vary up how you write them, sizes, fonts, maybe switch between a thick Sharpie, a thin Sharpie, and write them all out so they look visually different as well, that you just want that recognition goes, oh yeah, that was the one that I selected. And you can also, even if you want to, just ask them to focus on, even if you really just focus on the last number of the PIN code to make sure that sticks in your mind, and that way at least there's only one thing they have to remember. You know that they're definitely going to be different. The spectators might think that's fine as well, so you can really get them to focus on that, and that is how you do Sneak Thief with PIN codes. So this is a routine now that I typically do on stage. So you need 4 people in a line. It's a sort of Sneak Thief style effect. So we'll have you kind of play different people throughout it, but we'll just walk through.
We'll make 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
on,
perfect.
On the table.
So instead of getting people to write down their PIN codes in front of a room full of people and having them get exposed, we're going to use some random PIN codes. So I have 40 to 50 random PIN codes here.
Yep.
That way can be used. So I'll just riffle down the side this time, and you say stop it.
Stop.
Like. Happy?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So we get the cards cut, and we take 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 PIN codes out, and everyone can look at their PIN code. Now, when you're looking through your PIN code as well, it's important to remember to look at the writing style. Some of them are different, just to make sure you can recognize it. And instead of trying to remember for this one, for example, 5732, just remember 5732 or whatever it is for you.
Yeah.
And you can just say that yourself. Make sure you recognize it again, because we will be mixing them up and trying to get them back. Perfect. So if you just mix them up so nobody knows the order of who belongs to what. Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll take the first one, and this one is 4195. So I'm just looking for a bit of recognition in each person. So whoever this is, just look at it, make sure you know what it is, and I'll ask, is this your PIN code? And everyone says yes. So we go through and we try and find which one it is.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, and then I would look at this, and from working it out, I'd go that this is probably the second person's one. They would confirm that, and we can put it back into the second person. So then I would take this one here, and we would have a look at it and go, okay, so we have 0464. So we'd be looking through it, looking at the people, looking for the recognition again, asking what it is, and then again, judging from everybody, I'd go, this is probably looking, yeah, this is probably the first person. So you'd hand that back to that person there, and then there. So I would take the next one, look at it again, look for the recognition. Maybe someone might recognize that line, go through the whole thing, and then I'd be like, yeah, this belongs to the third person. And again, they would confirm that. So now we have one PIN code left, which obviously belongs to the fourth person. But I'm not going to just do that because that would be weak. So if you just look at that PIN code, make sure that you know what it is, and we'll see if we can pick up on it from here. Perfect. So what I want you to do is focus on the last number in that PIN code for me, so
Yep.
you're not protecting it. Just focus that saves up over and over. It's a 2, right?
Yes.
Very quick. We got there. So we have a 2, and then jump to the next. That's a 2 as well. There's a lot
It is.
of 2s. So we've got 2, 2. Just focus on the second number for me now. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Cool. Look at that. Just save stuff over. I'm gonna go with this. Yeah. For the first time, what is that PIN code?
It is 6822.
2, and we have 6822. Proof that mind reading exists.
Very good. Quick note on that is, if you want to avoid that confusion, just put a line underneath
Yeah.
any
Oh,
that
yeah,
can be the other way around.
absolutely.
But I mean, you know,